We live with another episode of Three in the Hole podcast, man. It's your boy Knowledge. We doing something a little different this afternoon, man. Normally we in the studio, but tonight we doing a Zoom with a lovely cast out of the South. Should I say the name of the city? Is everybody from Hattiesburg,
No,
Mississippi in this
sir.
room?
No, sir. No.
No?
No.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I like this. I love the whole Magnolia area.
Okay, I'm from the boot, so yeah.
Okay.
You from the L, baby.
All right,
And
come
so
on.
From the boot.
I can't see everybody in the chat. I want everybody to be relaxed tonight. We're gonna just have a nice, good conversation. We're gonna chop it up because I know that y'all have a big show coming up, and I want y'all to be able to blow off some steam tonight with Knowledge and A1 from Three in the Hole podcast.
Okay.
I do understand that the title of the show is No Limit to Love. We live and we learn. Such a powerful, it's so powerful. First off, I would like to just start off with who do we have the presence of being with in the podcast tonight? We're gonna start out with the director. Is it the director, Mr. Alonzo?
Yes, sir.
How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing great tonight, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm hanging in there. So you the one that orchestrate the whole ordeal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you give me some of your master plan? How did you come up with everything? How did you come up with the title, your characters?
Well, normally when we think about stage play productions, one thing I don't want to be is a typical writer.
Right.
A lot of times you have people that can come into theaters and sit down and watch a play or watch a movie for about 15, 20 minutes, and you already know what the ending is looking like. So I
Right.
try to spend a little time working on the storyline. A lot of writers and directors that do what we call community theater or musical, we have to spend a little bit more time on our storyline. And so I want to kind of deal with, take some of the things that other people are not doing in hopes that it would help to launch and just give us an opportunity for people to see the great talent that we have from the singing aspect, from the acting aspect. Many guys, being honest, don't like to go to plays because a lot
Right.
of times when you go to plays, the man has either done this or done that, cheated on a woman, did this, did that. So we got to kind of give them some different scenarios where the guys have an opportunity to tell their side. You know, the guys have an opportunity to not always be the bad person, and things of that nature, because it takes two to tango.
That's
So,
true.
that, we kind of look at it from different angles. And I also include my cast. It's one thing to write a script and to present it, and we go over it and we do it verbatim, but it's another thing to create dialogue and to do a read and for us to stop and talk about what just transpired, what happened, what are your thoughts, how did it make you feel, and things of that nature. So the title of this particular stage play came to mind because I've written over 115 stage plays. But this particular one just kind of focuses on how many times we put a limit on love. A lot of times we put limits on love, whether it be with your relationship with your significant other, whether it be with your family members, whether it be with your coworkers, your neighbor, whatever it may be, your children, we put limits on love. And we live and we learn. That aspect came in because there's no way for you to know about love if you've never experienced it. There's no way to tell somebody else about love if you've never been in love. So we basically are living throughout these things that's going on within these productions that we put on.
Man, that's deep. And especially when we're talking about those four letters, that means so much. We just had Mother's Day that just passed, and those words mean a lot, and it softens the heart, especially when, you may be upset. Just to hear that I love you can change the whole diameter of everything, So I really think the No Limit to Love is very powerful in just the wording. Now, I love how you said you threw in there, you've done how many stories have you written?
I've written about 100, in between 115, 116. I'm working on the 116th one. I'll be finished with that one probably in about the next 2-3 weeks. So
Who inspired you? Who inspired you to take on this challenge?
Well, believe it or not, when I was in high school, my theater teacher was the mailman from the Mayor Tyler Moore Show.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And so he did stage plays and things of that nature, and was altered in movies and films. And so he told me one day, he said, "You got something." And he did it in a joking manner. And then when I graduated high school and went to college, he ended up being my theater teacher in college, and I started taking some theater classes. And so at that point, I just kind of took a. I always loved to write.
Right.
It's almost like when it comes, it comes. So like, I mean, I can start writing and won't stop until I actually finish.
Right.
And just begin to start putting stuff together. And I started one play. My very first stage play I've ever written was entitled "I Told the Storm," and I wrote that play based off of the song Greg O'Quinn, "I Told the Storm," which was a gospel song. And that was my first initial play, and I've been writing ever since.
Now, I have seen bits and pieces of the play through social media outlets, especially through Tamika, who I know very well out of the bunch. I see the basis of majority of your storylines are religious based. I saw her, you guys are in the church.
Right.
How do people take that from the South? Do they take it? Do they respond well with it?
Well, we try to give people different scenarios because everybody in the church ain't at church or in church.
There you go.
It's just a looking thing. I can look like church on the outside, but hell all on the inside. So we just try to kind of give some different scenarios. And believe it or not, this particular play, I used to do a play every year in February called Love with No Limits.
Okay.
But I wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit this year because we've been off the stage for about 2 years.
Right.
And so that's why I got the updated title, No Limit to Love, We Live and We Learn. And so in this particular play, this is actually the only play where every song in the play is not a gospel song.
Okay.
We may have gospel songs in the whole play. And the reason why we did that is because just because it's an inspirational stage play doesn't always mean it has to be a gospel stage play.
Okay.
Because people will receive a song or an actor or an actress in a different way depending on what they have been through in their lives.
Right.
So we got some familiar song where people can, put their hand up in the air and wave it because they remember those songs. And that's kind of what we got from the first time we did this show. Because ideally, whatever play I do in February, I only do once a year.
Okay.
With this play in February, and it was a sold out crowd.
Right.
Instead of just doing it one time, we were asked to bring a play to Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and they were like, "Hey, what play are we taking?" I was like, "We're gonna take No Limit to Love."
Right. Well, just a little bit your background, and so you're a native of Mississippi, born and raised.
Yeah, on the playground where I spent most of my day.
And just to let y'all know too, I was born at Forest General. Okay.
Wow.
Just to let y'all know that I was born at Forest General.
We could tell by the head.
You get out of here. I got it right off Hardy Street. So, Brother Williams, I love the Alonzo Williams. Let me ask you this question. We got a couple of your cast members on with us tonight.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things about being in this social media, everybody want to have their time to shine.
Yes, sir.
We all do. We have a driving force, and our driving force is to do the best that we do, the best that we can in whatever we do.
That's right.
And so I know that these cast members that you have on here, they really live their roles.
Yep.
So can we start out with number one? Who are we gonna work with? Who wanna step up? You know what? Miss Jessica, let's see Miss Jessica. Hey, Miss Jessica, how you doing?
Okay.
How long have you, Miss Jessica? So let me ask you a couple questions. I see you over there, you're hiding. We live. Let me ask you, what is your role in the play?
I'm a backup singer.
Okay.
I'm in a background singer.
Okay. And so when you say a background singer, are you in the camera, just in the background, or are you not?
I wanna be in the camera, but I think I'm gonna be behind the scenes. I
That's your
believe.
next play. We got your next play. Hold what you got.
Okay, yeah, because I want to be in the camera and stuff, but I think I'm gonna be behind the curtain or wherever we gonna be.
Okay.
But he said he got me next time.
Now let me ask you, this your first play with the group?
It is. My sister Shamika had told me about it, and she really wanted me to sing with her.
Okay.
And I came on board.
Now, I know that this is not a fly-by-night production. I know that you are very skilled at your craft. How long have you been singing?
I've been singing for a very long time, since I was a little girl.
What started you into singing?
My family is a singing family in a way. Like our whole family can sing. Like just not sing, we can sing skillfully. We can just sing. Like we sing in church. We was born and raised in church, and we started out singing in church. So that we had a group called Suave, me, my sister, and my niece, and a friend girl of ours, and we did our first CD in 2012.
Okay. Y'all did a
So
CD?
yes, sir.
What was the name of the group again?
Suave Sisters with Anointed Voices.
How many was in the group?
4.
It was 4 of y'all? Okay. And were you the lead singer or were you the background singer?
Everybody had their own lead song, so everybody got their own lead. I only had one lead song, but I sung lead on one song, and my niece had like 3 songs. My sister Shamika, she had like 2 or 3 songs, and our friend girl, she had like a couple of songs on there too.
Okay.
But my brother, he's a musician, and he's our minister of music at our church. He wrote all the songs, the music, and everything, and he's great.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. You gotta have somebody with a musician background, because I can just see it in you.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me ask you this, because everybody's chemistry is different. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How did you and Mr. Williams hook up? Who made the call? Like, we need you. Like, who did what?
Well, my sister had told me about it, so I had went to practice with her on Monday night at Carmen's house,
Mm-hmm.
and we practiced there on songs or whatever like that. But I been hearing her because she has been with you guys, and she was practicing, and she had sung at one of the plays and stuff, and 2 times, and she was like, "I need you to come sing with me," like, because she know I connect with her with the harmonizing and all that, and so I was like, "Okay, fine." So at first I was like, I don't know. Then I said, well, you know what? Maybe this gonna put me out there. Maybe this gonna have me like, you never know what God has for you. Because he does say your gift will make room for you. So I was like, I need to go and let this gift make room for me. So it is, it's up from here. So I was like, okay, just go and get out there and show what you can do and what God has blessed you with.
There you go. And I'm pretty sure the production crew, it's A&W production. Am I correct?
Right.
It's A&W. A&W.
A&W.
A&W.
A&W.
Yeah, A&W is
I had a root beer float earlier. That's my fault.
What it is, yeah.
But
I had.
being that you're in the production and the music, I know you're gonna lock in this week and have a beautiful show. Drink plenty of lemon tea.
Yes, sir, I will.
So I see we have two others locked in with us in the show this afternoon. We're gonna start off with Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson. Oh yeah. Oh, you can't say the rest of it.
Hello.
Miss Jackson.
Where did you go?
I had to pick.
Hey, welcome back.
God, don't scare me like that.
Ah.
I'm gonna tell y'all, we making history tonight with 3 in the Hole podcast because this is our very first Zoom podcast.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so we've been trying to work out the kinks. Thanks to Tamika, I couldn't let her down, so I had to really put the hammer to the nail. I've been a little sick all week too, guys. So if I sound a little congested, just be like, "Nah, let's get some water." However, let's move on with the next guest. We got Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good. That's right. Highly favored. Take it down.
Come
Don't
on
take
now.
it down. Keep it up.
Come on.
So let me ask you a question. What role do you play in the production? What role do you play in the show?
Well, I play Bernice,
Okay.
which is a character who's totally different than who I am in real life.
Okay.
Very outspoken, bougie, high maintenance. But in this one, she's kind of toned it down a little bit and a little positive, but like a bougie positive.
Okay. Now, obviously, this is not your first show.
No, I've been with Alonzo from day one.
Okay. And how many years? What's day one? Because I know Lonzo said that he wrote over 100 and I can't even remember.
116, right?
How many shows have you actually been in the play with?
Ooh, out of that, maybe 100.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, his very first play, I actually got beat up. But we're not going to talk about that one yet. First.
Hey,
But-
true definition of 10 toes down, right?
That's real.
Yeah.
So you've been kind of like his backbone, and I'm pretty sure you love doing what you do.
I'm glad you said that. You know, I think it was time for him to realize and for someone to confirm that I was his backbone, because he doesn't understand that. You know, he thinks he can do it all by himself. But
That's
that
what the podcast is for. But I will tell you this. I want to say this now. You know, and Lonzo, I gotta say this. When we in the paint and we looking for that go-to person, man, we gotta have them, because it's hard to find good help these days.
Yeah.
Now,
Now-
even when it comes to this podcast thing, it's hard to find good help because everybody don't move the same way.
Right.
And how many cast members do y'all have?
Oof.
We
Miss Jackson?
have a total of about 15 cast members.
Yeah.
And to have all 15 different individual minds, hearts, motives to think and move all on the same page, I gotta commend you. That's
right.
big. Stay
Yeah.
close to the man.
Right.
Whenever you have whenever you have that good energy, that positive energy moving in that direction, it's okay to grab onto it and ride it.
Right.
Hey.
Exactly.
What? I try to do it all the time because we have so much negative energy going. I don't know if I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up? Can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you.
It's so much negative energy in the atmosphere.
You're right.
So much hate going on in this world. And to bring a group of people together to make hundreds of people happy.
Right. And it's 13. He tolerates all of us. So
Right. What you got to say, Mr. Williams? Talk to me.
Gotta keep it going, man. I tell you, we've had a lot of people. I've worked with a lot of people from beginning to end. I mean, all the way from 2001 all the way up until now. When I started out, we were doing 10 plays a year.
Ooh.
We were doing 10 different plays. We weren't doing the same plays. We were doing 10 different plays a year. And so after doing that for about 5 years, I was like, you know what? Tyler don't even do this. He do
Yeah.
one play and he toured that play for the whole year.
That's
David
true.
David E. Talbot, who is a playwright that does not get as much prestige as he should, he's a very good playwright. They did the same thing, man. They would write one play and they would tour that play and tour for the whole year. So we just started doing that about 5 years ago.
Okay. Now, Ms. Jackson, do you have any acting in your background? What made you want to pursue the acting career with Mr. Williams?
Well, growing up, I had a personality and an imagination out of this world.
Okay.
Well, God just like do something with it. And so I started acting, and I also praise dance, and that's how Alonzo and I were introduced, because I do teach praise dance and I do minister praise dance at different locations, and he was at one of them and asked if I can act, because he wanted to bring a different dynamic into the stage plays, because my voice is gorgeous. Like, I can sing and I sound like a songbird. You would be so amazed. But he was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to bring something different, which is dance. Tamika, I see your, don't do me like that, sis. You know, I sing.
She's so silly.
I'm stay flat. But, you know, doing like the plays at churches and putting on productions at family reunions and say, Mom, hey, listen, I wrote this and this is, let me act this out for you. You know, and Alonzo just saw something in me and it gravitated toward him, and here I am.
That's good. That's real. And you know what? I from the sounds of it, it sounds like y'all are definitely locked in for another 10-year contract run.
Wait, hold up. Listen, I don't know.
He got it in him. Look, he thinking 20.
Lord,
Lord,
give me patience, Jesus.
might, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know people try to compare y'all to Tyler Perry. What do you think about when people say, you know, are you guys following to Tyler Perry streaming? What do you feel? How do you feel about that?
We're a different type of anointing.